Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I just got done filming this makeup tutorial. It is my on-camera makeup for how to do your makeup when you're on set or for an audition. I decided to film this because I actually am doing this for an audition and decided to kill two birds with one stone, I guess, and decided to do a makeup tutorial for you guys on YouTube. It was something that I asked my friends, what are some things that I can do as far as content creating, because it's now a new platform for me. And some friends mentioned that doing my on-camera makeup would help them, because I do have friends that are actors or in entertainment, and you do need to know how to do your makeup for set. Of course, there are going to be makeup artists there, but what if something happens where the makeup artist couldn't make it? It's always best to have your makeup with you just in case. Whatever you can do to benefit the set is what's best. I only know how to do on-camera makeup because I learned makeup through being on set and picking the brains of different makeup artists. And why wouldn't you want to know how to do on-camera makeup? Because nowadays, everything's on camera. You're on your phone. Everybody's doing content creating. You want to be ready for a photo. Having makeup that's ready to be captured is the best kind of makeup. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Okay, before I get started with any makeup routine, I really feel like skincare is the most important. I live in California where it's very, very dry and the sun hasn't been out as much lately. It's been very overcast. So I really go in with a lot of hydration before I start with my makeup. I think first I'm gonna tone my face. I'm going in with Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. I don't know why I always shake my products before I use them. I don't know. I don't even know if it does anything or makes any difference at all. I know some people are against toners, but I've used them and I haven't used them. My skin likes them. To me, everyone's skin is different, so I can't say. But I love using a toner just because I feel like it really, really tightens my pores and really gets my blood circulation going too. It's another way for me to kind of do a little mini face massage as well. I do face massages when I'm actually using my cleanser and washing my face, but this is another way for me to work these muscles, since you work these muscles so much every day. I know people are gonna be like, oh my God, you're rubbing around your eyes, but to me, you have to take care of your eyes too, just like you take care of the rest of your skin, and circulation needs to go in those areas just as much as the rest of your face, so I'm doing it. Yes, I do go over my lips sometimes to get the dead skin off. Especially since this is niacinamide and a brightening toner, I really try to get into the areas where I'm suffering from hyperpigmentation the most. I've always suffered with acne and hyperpigmentation, so for me to get a really good makeup look, I really have to prioritize skincare first, or else it does not matter how much makeup you have on your face. If your skin is not good, it's gonna show, no matter how good your makeup is, no matter how good the makeup artist is. And any makeup artist, I'm sure, will tell you that your skincare is number one. Now I'm gonna go in with Trader Joe's Ultra Hydrating Gel Moisturizer with aloe vera and green tea extract. I'm also going to mix it with Good Molecules Vitamin C Booster Powder. It's so cute, and it comes with like a little scooper. I'm trying this. This is a new thing. I usually use vitamin C serums, but I remember using a vitamin C powder years ago and I really liked it. And when I saw that Good Molecules had this, I was like, okay, well, let's try it out, you know, because I love skincare, so why not? Oh, shit. Okay, we're fine. Oh, dear goodness, I'm a clumsy person, so I'm gonna just take, I normally dab it all over my face, but since I'm adding vitamin C powder, this is my first time doing this, I'm actually just gonna put it on the palm of my hand and work it in. Adding the vitamin C powder. Let me close it now before I spill the whole powder. Okay, let's work this baby in here. Now I'm gonna dab it all over my face like I normally do. It dissolved pretty quickly, so I'm happy about that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with another Trader Joe's product, Antioxidants Facial Serum for all skin types. I like it so far. It's really moisturizing. I didn't realize how mattifying it was though when I first got it, so that took me some time to get used to it, but now I like it because I can see how it makes my makeup look a lot better. It helps control shine a lot more. I don't know if this is how everybody else applies their skincare, but my mom is Korean and she always taught me when you place it in the areas of the face that you want it the most, and you slowly just lightly work it in those areas, you're not absorbing the product in your hands and your fingers as much. Your face is holding onto that product more. I try to stick to a technique where I just use these two fingers usually to work products into my skin, so I'm not getting most of the products in my hands, and whatever is left in my hands I kind of just... Now I'm gonna go in with my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. This is a holy grail product for me. I love it. I think honestly my mom introduced me to this product probably over 10 years ago, and she's like, it's so good, it works so good, and I'm like, okay, we'll see. And then I used it and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it keeps my eczema away. I do agree that taking care of yourself from the inside out is important too. It wasn't until I got on a really good probiotic and I started drinking chlorophyll a lot and started taking the right supplements, that's what also helped my skin. Not only with acne, but it also helped with skin elasticity, I guess you could say. Like my skin feels bouncier and thicker. And my Korean mom always said this: the thicker your skin is, the better. The thinner your skin, that's when you're gonna start seeing signs of aging. So always trying to make sure to keep the skin barrier thick and plumped. A lesson I've learned is do not over exfoliate. I love a good exfoliation. I love that feeling, but over exfoliating really messes up the skin barrier and makes your skin thinner. So I've learned to avoid that, even though it's so satisfying. Another Trader Joe's product. I kind of went ham in Trader Joe's. I did a little Holly haul because I was looking on Instagram and saw that this dermatologist recommended so many Trader Joe's skincare products, and I'm like, what? And they're not even expensive. And so far, I really like them. My skin really likes them. I haven't broken out yet, and I see improvement in my skin, so that's all I ask for. This is, sorry. Trader Joe's Daily Facial Sunscreen. I think they have a moisturizing sunscreen too, which I might try next. This one is translucent. You can kind of see it's a little, is it like a little translucent? And it's cool. Not my favorite, but it does make my makeup look really, really good. It just, same with the Antioxidants serum. It just controls the shininess on my face, which I feel like is good for makeup, especially on camera makeup. Okay, I'm actually gonna let my sunblock set for about 15 to 30 minutes before I start putting on my makeup primer. Okay guys, so a little disclaimer before I get started on this makeup routine. I am not a makeup artist. I know there's probably gonna be a lot of makeup artists that are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's using the wrong products the wrong way, or this and that. This is just what works for me. I did not know anything about makeup. It was just me modeling and in acting and being on set. I literally pick the brains of makeup artists and figure out which products they're using that work best on my skin, and I've literally just picked and chosen what looks best on me. I don't use everything that every makeup artist recommends. I just see what works for my skin, and I just hold on to those ideas and create my own makeup routine. I know a lot of people are probably gonna say, oh, you shouldn't have put on sunblock before doing that because sunblock can create a glare, but I have figured out a way where I haven't had any complaints about that on camera. I think that you should always wear sunblock. I don't recommend actually being in the sun all day having to shoot, because yes, you can be on set for 10, 15, 20 plus hours. You don't want to be out in the sun and your skin is just baking. There is a way where you can have protection on your skin and have really, really good makeup on set. I hope you like it. Okay, so starting off, I do use a primer. I use a hydrating primer. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Love it so much. Okay, this is like a holy grail. So I'm gonna go in with that. It feels so good when you put it on too. It doesn't actually feel like makeup. It feels like it's another part of my skincare routine because I know that it's benefiting my skin too. It's not just damaging my skin. Having this barrier really, really gives me peace of mind, especially the areas where I might crease. I like puff out my face to make sure it's getting into all of mine, even like under my eyes a little bit. On the sides of my face. And then I kind of go in a little bit, not too much, don't like push your face down, but I just lightly go in a motion where all of the hair on your face is going towards one direction. So it kind of gives a more like hairless look, I guess. Some people like to shave their faces, to each their own. That scares the heck out of me. So I just do this instead. And I do feel, I mean, this could be me and I could be controversial by saying this, but I think the fuzz on your face actually does protect against probably bacteria and things in the environment. It's never been for me, but to each his own. So while I'm letting the primer set, I let it set for about maybe another 15 minutes before I go in with my products. Sometimes if I really, really want it to hold all day and not really have to apply more powder throughout the day, I use setting spray in between every layer. So I'll show you step by step how I do that. I've always loved the Evian spray. Love it. It keeps my makeup set, keeps my face hydrated. So I just go in with like a light spray. Let that set. If you want it to set firmer, dry it yourself and to move faster. Sometimes when I don't have the time, I turn on my AC just to dry my face. You gotta do what you gotta do. And then I'm going in with NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in medium deep to caramel. Favorite. I say everything's my favorite. I always have marks where I have my glasses, so I always start there. I know everybody is known to do their concealer a certain way nowadays, but growing up, one of my best friends from high school, she was so into makeup. She was way further ahead with makeup before makeup was makeup. So she always taught me to make my eyes look longer and to kind of get rid of little side wrinkle, bring your concealer down a little bit so it kind of opens your eye. It really does work. So I connect it with that one and then I just bring it down before I wing it out. Kind of creating a little bit of a V shape in a way. Like that. And the other side. I wish they had larger versions of this concealer. I know makeup artists would be like, why don't you just get the foundation? I just love the concealer. Also because like, I mean, and this is another thing that makeup artists are probably gonna be like, no, is I don't like to use a foundation all over my face. I just like to spot correct. And I know when some makeup artists see me do my makeup, they're probably like, what is she doing? But the final product, I've never seen a makeup artist unhappy. So, you know, isn't it all about the final result? You know, when it comes to makeup, how I get there is how I get there. So I'm basically just covering all of my dark spots or areas where it's a little darker and I have hyperpigmentation just to even out my skin tone. I do get eczema sometimes around my lips too. So when my skin heals, my melanin production is elite. So I get dark spots all the time. And it is what it is. It used to bother me so much, but it's taught me a lot. It taught me, you know, how to work with my face and find the right products for me when it comes to makeup, and I wouldn't be able to do this kind of video if it weren't for my acne. So we have to thank it, right? There's the silver lining. Just getting all of the dark spots. I try, it's so hard because some of my hyperpigmentation is where my moles are, and I love my little beauty moles, and I kind of have to cover it sometimes. It kind of a little annoying. So that's another reason why I want to get rid of this hyperpigmentation. So once you get rid of all of those things on your face, you see how beautiful your skin is, and everybody has beautiful skin underneath all of these complexities. You have like another little tiny mole right there, and it's like I have a little acne scar and I don't want to cover it, but I have to right now. It's what it is. You know, it's so crazy how for me growing up, there were so many things that I naturally had on my body that I just didn't like. I have this freaking birthmark on my right knee, and I was always embarrassed of it. I was afraid to show my legs when I was a little kid. And you know, as I got older and learning to love myself a lot more, when I was getting into modeling, I would look at my legs and I would be like, you know what? Nobody else has legs like these, you know? If you were to just see just my legs in a picture, you would know it's mine. That's a beautiful thing. It's something that's unique to me. So I love my birthmark now. I think I just got a delivery from Amazon. I'm so sorry. I wish I had the numbers to all of these brushes, but I know I need to restock on them anyway, so hopefully when I go to MAC, they'll be able to tell me the numbers of some of these brushes so I can tell you guys in the near future. But the brushes, that says a lot. The kind of brushes you use determine how your makeup comes out. I am a believer in that. While I'm letting my concealer sit just for a little bit, maybe just like a minute or two, I'm also going to spray my Evian spray again so it sets really, really well. Just a light, very, very light spray. All right, and then while I'm waiting for that to dry, for that to set, I'm gonna go in with my MAC, I'm gonna go in with my MAC 287 brush. It's like a little concealer. Now I get why people use the palm in videos, because it helps the camera focus. I get it now. What I do is I go around, like all of the areas where you see that I put the concealer, what I do is I go around it just to make it less harsh, just to blend it in more. But I try not to go on the center where that's the main area that we're trying to cover. I try to go just around those areas. Technique is important. I think that's what a lot of people forget to educate people on, is it's not always about the products, it's not always about the brushes. It is, but it's also about technique, the way you apply your makeup, the way you use your hands. There's a reason why there's the word artist at the end of makeup artist, because it does require some level of artistry to do it. I'm gonna just go around. So if you can see, like, I'm just going around the concealer, just tapping around the edges just to make them less harsh. But I'm not going in the center because I don't want to take away from everything that we're trying to cover. So even around my lips, just around the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect either. There are no rules when it comes to art. I mean, I guess there are some, but true artists create original content. Just slowly, and I'm not putting that much pressure, just very, very light. If you want to put the lightest amount of pressure, what I do is I put my hands at the very end of the brush, so I know I'm not adding a lot of pressure. And I just go around and some of the concealer is going to transfer over to whatever part you put it on. That's fine, because it's all going to blend together anyway. You're good. You're golden. And that's why it's best to have a concealer that's your skin tone, or it depends on how you're trying to use your concealer. If you're using your concealer to brighten, you can get one that's like one above your skin tone, just as long as it's the right undertone. But me, this concealer is perfect because it brightens just a little bit, but it also oxidizes to where it matches my skin tone. So I really like this concealer. I'm half black, half Korean. My Asian side, I have like a yellow orangey undertone. So when I went to Sephora, they found the perfect NARS concealer for me. It's so crazy because one of my best friends has the same skin tone, but our undertones are completely different and our concealers look completely off on each other. So undertone is extremely important. As you can see, I leave my eyes towards the end because I want that to set the most. And that's where I have the most concealer on anyway, because I mean, honestly, that's where you start aging. That's where the aging process starts for most people. And I can see that it's starting for me, but it's okay. There's beauty in aging. There really is. You just gotta take care of yourself, and you can always look your best no matter what age you're at. Now I'm gonna go in with the eyes, but again, just working the edges. All art takes time, people. All art takes time. You have to have the patience. You actually have to enjoy it. Art is in the process. It's not in the final product. You have to enjoy what you're doing. That's why it's important for artists to create, because it's therapy. So now that I have it less harsh, I'm gonna actually go in with a different MAC brush that's a little bigger but similar in texture. I actually have two of them because I used to do contour, and I used to have one for like a darker and one for the concealer, but I don't do contour anymore. That was like a brief time where I did it. But this is the best brush ever. It just blends, it does all the work for me. I don't know what the number of it is. I think it says 130. But I'll have to go to MAC at some point and get another one because, I mean, honestly, this has lasted me like over 10 years. But I think I need a new one. I think I'm due for a refresher. I then end up blending everything together with this brush. It works great. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter where your brush goes. Just blend it all in. The only thing that does matter is you don't use a brushing motion, use a tapping motion. Beat that face, girl. Oh, remember that? When we used to say that? Beat that face. And again, I'm waiting to do the eyes till the very end. I'm kind of blending around. And I know the way people do their makeup is very different. I am very much more of a face makeup girly instead of an eye makeup girly. I like the skin to look flawless, to look luscious and dewy and all the things. But I'm not really into eye makeup. I mean, I am every once in a while, depends on the event, but I know some people love eye makeup and they're probably just better at it than I am. I love just a good, simple, elegant makeup. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with my under eyes the same way, but I'm gonna push it all the way under my lid. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be like, you put it all the way to the top of your lid? Yes, I do. And I do this back and forth motion because I kind of want it to go out. I want it to highlight my cheekbone. So I go out like this and go a little down too. Push it, because where I smile, I don't want it to crease, so I push it. And I'm gonna set it that way with setting powder so it doesn't crease later on. And then whatever's left, I just go right over the top of my lid just to set my base for my little contour shadow. Same thing with the other side. My favorite setting powders are Fenty Set It Down powders. I know they updated their formula, so I used to use banana powder before, but it used to be 03. Now it seems like it's banana powder 04. So I end up picking butter 03. It's a little different than what I used to use for the banana powder, but it works because summertime I will probably use this one a lot more. But right now my skin is so pale, so butter works better for me right now. I know, look at the difference, so different. And sometimes I mix them. It really depends on where my skin is at. But right now, we're just gonna use butter 03. What I've been doing to make sure, again, my makeup is set all day on set. I'll spray one side of my face and then go in with the setting powder just to make sure that it's seamless and not cakey. And then I'll go in again with another layer of setting powder. Now we're first gonna go in with the eyes. Tap it at the back of your hand so it's not so much product. Right underneath the eye, all the way at the top so it doesn't crease. And work your way down below. And when I feel like most of the product is where I want it to be, I put the rest right over my eyelid. Even over my brow because I tend to get shiny around that area. I don't really do my brows. I mean, if you want to see the way I do my brows, I can definitely do that, but I'm just trying to grow my brows out so they look natural, so I don't actually have to fill them in. Because I feel like it makes my makeup look softer when I don't fill in my brows. But everyone's different, so do what makes you happy. And then this is when I'm adding the second layer, light layer. Again, put it against your hand, probably like that much, and then just tap it. And then just go all over the face, just tap, set everything in place. And this is also what gives me that poreless look. And we're gonna go in with the other side. I'm going to spray my face again before we go in with bronzer. And again, dry. I'm telling you, this will make your makeup last all day on set. A makeup artist will rarely have to come to you to repowder you, trust me. And they'll be so happy, they'll be like, you look great. Because the less work they have to do for you on set, the better. The more time you save, The more efficient you are, the more productive you are, they'll love you. I'm going in for my bronzer, I just like to do like a shade darker than my skin tone. I don't like to go 2 shades or more. I like to go for a more natural look. So I'm going with L'Oreal's True Match Super-Blendable Powder in the color C7. So you can see it's just like, it's basically almost the same skin tone, just like a shade darker. So that's how I like it. That's what works best for me. Everyone's different, but this is what works for my skin tone. Okay, I don't know what brush this is. I don't know. I remember getting it as like a Sephora birthday thing. I can't remember. Oh God, what brush is this? Is it Fenty? Maybe this is Fenty. I don't remember. There's so many brushes like this, you guys. So many. Even the brush I'm gonna use for my blush is very similar. This one's just very much more loose, so it's easier for me to, it's not so stiff so that my bronzer doesn't come out looking very harsh. The True Match actually is very pigmented, so I don't go in with that many swipes. I kind of just do maybe 1 or 2 and then just start with my forehead, because my forehead is the biggest part of my face, and then I slowly do a 3. Like I work my way down and down. If you want below your jawline, it's to enhance your jawline. If you go right on your jawline, it's to make it look smaller. That's the cool thing about makeup, is you can just enhance your beauty. It's not always about a transformation. It can be, which is cool, but me, I like to do just slight enhances so you can see my natural beauty. And I'm not using a heavy hand. I'm going very, very light, very featherly. And just make sure both sides look even, pretty much. And we're using that same bronzer as our eyeshadow. Again, I'm not an eyeshadow girly, but this is what looks best on my skin tone. So just taking a little bit. Just going along where the crease is and slowly just blending it in. It just adds a little bit more depth to my brow bone. And bring it all the way in to the start of my brow, and I blend it all the way. So what I do is I blend it towards the top of my brow, just this part, right where the middle of the eye is. Like I just stop right there and I just blend it. I don't go all the way out here. It's like to keep this part there so it looks a little bit more enhanced. We're gonna do the same thing on the lower lash. Just a little bit, just so it makes the eyes pop a little bit more. And if you do have any creasing from your setting powder, which you shouldn't, this will help clear it out. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my blush. I am using a Pro Blush brush from Sephora, brush number 93. And I'm using NARS blush in Savage, which is so weird because I got this as like one of those birthday gifts at Sephora, and for some reason couldn't find the Savage blush. And I asked so many employees and they were like, oh, that doesn't exist. So I end up finding it on Amazon because I'm like, I know it exists. I know. It's just the best color. I can't find a blush like this, so I hope they don't discontinue it. But look at it. It's just, sorry, can you see? But it's like a bronzy brownish kind of blush. So and it has like a little bit of an orangey tone to it. It blends really well with my bronzer and into my skin, and it looks very, very natural. I don't like pinky blushes. I just like a blush that makes me look a little flush, like my natural color. But NARS is, to me, their blush is extremely pigmented. So I just one swipe for one cheek, maybe even for both cheeks, maybe one swipe just for both. We'll see. Yeah, one swipe for both cheeks is fine. And where I like to put my blush, I start, of course, from the top of my cheekbone, but I like to bring it all the way down. I don't like to put it exactly on the lower part of my cheekbone. Kind of just right underneath my eyelid, so it kind of makes my cheekbones look a little higher. Like where my cheek starts to curve, just right at the top. Blend it, and I go even all the way to the side of my head. I learned this in ballet when I was a professional ballet dancer at the San Francisco Nutcracker when I was a kid. When I was an angel, they did my blush like this, where they brought it all the way up to my temple. It kind of gives the illusion that your cheekbones are higher. It's stayed with me ever since. Like, I've always done my blush that way, where I just bring it all the way up close to my temple. I'm gonna even go over my nose. Blending. Blending is very important. Time and patience, because we want it to look as natural as possible. So then I smile and then just do a little tapping motion on where my cheekbones enhance themselves when I smile, my little cheekies. So when I do smile, you can see how rosy they are, how rosy my cheeks are. Make sure it's all blended right. And then we're kind of just gonna go over in the nose so we look a little sun-kissed. The rest of the product just over the nose. Of course, don't start with the nose, just whatever's left on the brush, and even work all the way to blend it on the top of my forehead, just to make sure everything's blended. And then even on my chin, just a little bit on my chin, just so I look a little blushed, healthy. So I don't like to use fake lashes. It irritates my eyes. It looks great when people have it done. It does not work for me. So I've been growing my lashes by just using lash conditioner and different things like that for years, for like over 10 years. But I've also been blessed with really good lashes and curly lashes. But sometimes I still want to enhance it. What I do is I take a waterproof eyeliner, a very, very thin one. This one is Maybelline New York's Master Precise Skinny Liner, and it's waterproof, so it's so skinny. I'm gonna just get into my tight line. For some reason, when I do this one thing and I apply my mascara, it makes my eyelashes look fake. It makes it look like it has that strip of fake lashes when it's not. It's kind of weird. Like, why would I want the illusion of fake lashes? But trust me, it makes your lashes look a lot longer. So we're gonna go into our tight line. And take your time with this. I'm so used to going into my tight line that it doesn't even bother me. Makeup artists don't even have a problem going into my tight line, but just take your time with it, because it took me a while to get used to, but I'm like a veteran at this point. Tight line is the one above. Waterline is the one below. What will help also, I'm just realizing it now that I'm doing it, raise your eyebrows a bit, keep your chin up and look down while you do it. That might help. Even when you're applying your mascara, that might help. Be extra careful on the tight line, but I do try to get all the way in. Okay. I don't know if you can like see a difference right now, the other eye. I'm gonna set my makeup again before I go in with mascara, because I like to use volumizing mascaras just to give me that full look, but I also don't like when they get too clumpy. So my trick is spraying setting spray right before putting mascara. Add a little extra this time because you're all set after this. After mascara, you're all good, and it's just lips after that. What I do with my mascara, I don't just go underneath. I start at the top and work my way down just to add an extra layer and then go underneath. I like to blink my way through each coat just so that every single lash hair is getting coated. I start at the end and then I twist my brush also. And then I'm gonna go underneath. Blink your way through it. Get in position, blink. Get in position, blink. Get in position, blink. I always like to put a little extra towards the end of the lashes. So it has a little bit of a cat eye look. Whatever's left, I do my bottom lashes. Take it slow. I'm quick at it because I'm used to it, but this is also a very, very thin, it's a very thin mascara. Oh, by the way, sorry. I'm using L'Oreal's Telescopic Carbon Black. So it's a very thin brush, which really helps me out a lot. All right, we're just gonna go in with a lip color and then we're all set, honey. We're set for the set. I'm going in with Tarte's Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the color Poppy. Oh, I love this color so much. Okay guys, this is the final look. What do you think? Let me know what you guys want to see next.
What a pause. Silence can mean everything. Everything.